a forward sale would be, you make a commitment to deliver this type of building to someone at some point in the future, right? And you're either going to deliver it empty or you're going to deliver it full.
Okay.
Fair enough? So that's the definition. I'm going to sell it in advance, and you can either build it all with your own dough, all with your own land, or this guy might vend in the land, this guy might give you some money, or some combination of it, right? Mm-hmm. So the goalposts for a forward sale are, like at extreme end, you build and give the guy an empty building.
Right.
Fair enough? At the other extreme end, the other football post, you're going to build, lease up a building, stabilize, and then go through 1 or 2 years of turnover to make sure you maximize your revenue. Fair enough? Because you don't want to leave any chips on the table, right? So least amount of money made here, most amount of money made here. Fair enough? Big difference. And least number of buyers here, most number of buyers here. Okay? So I think it's important to understand that. So a lot of guys come to us and say, look, I just want to build a building. I want to give them your feasibilities. It says $210 a square foot, and I want them to pay me a 5 cap on that. That's not going to happen. Okay? And the reason people come to the apartment business, and the reason there's so much money available for apartments, is because of the safety of apartments. So when you hand someone an empty building, you just handed them a whole bunch of risk, correct? And so what people want is a full, stable apartment buildings. Now, that being said, we've done many deals where we've done forward sales, okay? But they have been complicated. They've been difficult. The developer at the time had to do that because he didn't have the money to keep going. Do you see what I'm saying? So he had to know that he had the covenant to get his construction financing or to get his mezz financing and so on, right? So it is possible. It's certainly so. If we go at the extreme, if you have a developer with a rendering and a dream, no one's buying that.
Right. Okay?
Just, I got a piece of dirt. I've got 4 20-story towers on it. It's out in the suburbs and 6 levels of underground parking. You give me the money, I'll build it and I'll give it to you. That's just not going to work, right? But as soon as there's hoarding around the site, you know what? There's a little more interest. As soon as there's shovels in the ground, there's a little more interest. As soon as, you start seeing concrete being poured, there's a little more interest. And that's typically where we've got our forward sales done. And I'll show you a couple of forward sales a little bit later on, okay? So I think that's really what I need to say. It is possible, but by doing a forward sale, and that, i.e. selling it before it's stabilized, you're going to leave some chips on the table, okay? Because someone else might be taking the lease-up risk, or if you're taking the lease-up risk, someone's taking the time and the interest risk, right? So 2 years from now, interest rate's going to be the same? Nobody knows, right? So the guy will say, well, that's a variable, so I want a better cap rate on it and things like that. There's a good reason to a forward sale. For some people, there's good reason to do mezz financing. But, so you could say, well, should I do mezz financing or get a joint venture partner? Well, if you're going to make a ton of profit, don't get a joint venture partner because you have to share it with them, right? Do mezz financing, right?
Right.
But if it's the first time you've done it, you don't want to have your name on everything and you're concerned about, the time overrun because then mezz financing is very expensive, then a joint venture partner may make sense.